What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. This is a video that has been requested by a lot of you guys. This is going to be my Q&A video. So let's get to it. So first things first, who is Trucker AK? Well, my name is Armin. I'm 25 years old and I'm currently a owner-operator truck driver, and I make YouTube videos along the way. So basically I'm going to be answering a lot of your guys' questions, so let's get to it. Okay, so we're going to start off with the basic stuff. So starting from the bottom, Maybe Dreamin' says, were you a mechanic? You seem more intelligent about the workings of a truck than your average trucker. Yes, I used to be a mechanic for many years. If you combine all my experience, I probably have over 5 years of experience just on cars alone. When I was a younger kid, I used to help my dad work on trucks. So yeah, that's kind of where I got most of my knowledge. I mean, just like a semi-truck is basically a car, but a semi-truck is a lot easier than a vehicle if you look at it, you know what I'm saying? Because semi-truck parts are this big while car parts are like this big, so you can kind of see why it's a lot easier. I can do basic routine maintenance. You know, I can change a tire, I can maybe change, you know, my brake shoes, adjust the brakes, whatever the case may be. But yeah, so moving on. 60NT Gaming says, how old am I? I am 25 years old. My favorite truck would probably be the Classic. It's kind of why I bought one. I like this truck a lot. It reminds me of a Peterbilt. I used to have the models. My dad is actually a trucker himself. He used to buy me the he used to go to the truck stops and buy me the actual, the semi trucks with the trailers and stuff, and I got a bunch of those at my parents' house. 60NT also says, how much do you make a trip? It depends on the trip and the mileage. So I get paid $1.20 a mile, 95 cents empty. So if you imagine, you know, if I make 2,500 miles, 2,700 miles, you know, you're emptying up, going loaded down, you could average somewhere between $2,500 to maybe $3,000 if you're making about 2,700 miles. And then when you're pulling overweight loads, you get $1.30, and you get $40 per every state that you pass through being overweight. So yeah, you can also do loaded up, loaded down. That normally makes you an extra $200 sometimes. Moving on. Kumar Parker says, hey, I watch all your videos. What is your worst accident that you had on the road? Well, I haven't really had any accidents, thank God. But I have seen some pretty bad ones. Trucks burned down, trucks burning on the side of the road, people not paying attention, texting and driving, and hitting the back of a truck driver's trailer. And you probably know what happens next. Kay asks, how many horses and torque on the 12.7? The 12.7 that I have has about 500 horsepower. Torque, I don't know, probably over 1,000, to be honest. MTGG Vlogs asks, what made you want to become a truck driver in the first place? Well, being in the car industry, I wasn't making that much money, and I knew the potential that truck drivers had and the amount that they could make. And seeing how much money my dad brought in, I was like, well, I want to be a truck driver. So I went to my local community college, and thanks to my dad, he paid my way through, and here I am today, a couple years later. I started truck driving also in 2015. I drove for about a year, then I stopped, and I went back to cars, just because I wasn't having any luck with companies at the time. Moving on, how much was the engine rebuild? Does your mechanic work on anyone's truck? Looking at getting a project done down south, need someone to get it road ready. Custom Made said this. Well, Custom Made, the engine rebuild in total, I had to get my block redone. My sleeves were bad on my block, so my engine rebuild cost about 10 grand. because it was about $2,800 for the block work. With the rebuild, with all the rebuild stuff, $3,300. With the labor, about $2,600. So we're looking close to 10, you know, after everything's said and done. I watched the motor get rebuilt myself, so that was a good thing to see. Made me very confident, and I was there helping my mechanic along the way, so you know how to adjust valves, what to look for, and stuff like that. So next we have Kurt Kelly says, how do you know your way around the port, and have you gotten lost in the port? Well, my good friend Demir, he was the one that helped me get into Customized. He basically went with me on my first load to the port to pick up my trailer. And so yeah, he showed me the ropes, showed me around, and sometimes I get lost on some of the reefer loads, like into some places that I've never been. Like if they tell me to drop a certain container at a certain place, yeah, I do get lost. Kyle Lim says, hopefully soon you can fix the paint. Yeah, hopefully soon I will, once the money is right. You should make, Crazy Bob says, you should make a video on how to drive a semi-truck. That I can, but I don't want a lot of people to think once they watch my video that they can instantly drive. It takes, you know, learning and how to do certain things, but I can make one. Is there any truck, Man Terry says, is there any truck driver jobs an 18-year-old can do when he gets a CDL? I have seen on YouTube a guy, he's 18 years old, he drives dump trucks for a living. I don't know where that is. You would have to check the laws and the regulations in your state, wherever you live. So yeah, moving on, we have Eek Full. He says something in Bosnian, so I'm going to reply in Bosnian. He says, Odakle si brate? I am originally born in Germany, but my family is from Doboj and Milkovac. My mom is from Doboj, my dad is from Milkovac. I was born in Germany. My family escaped the war that they had in Bosnia at the time, and that's when I was that's where I was born, in Bielefeld. Moving on, Hatner Mick says, ever thought about going to Europe to drive? Well, not really. I don't really have any intentions to go to Europe to drive. Maybe one day if I ever do decide to move to Europe, I will go drive there. But for now, you know, I live in Florida, in America, so no plans for right now. Braden Kelly says, if you had to buy another truck, what would it be? If I had to buy another truck, I'd probably add it to my own fleet and probably get a driver to drive for me. It'd probably be an FLD like my dad's. So let me show you what an FLD is for the people that don't know. So this is my dad's truck. It is I believe it's a 97 FLD. Also has the 12.7 Detroit in it. Very good truck all around. He's had this truck ever since 2000, and I believe it was 3 is when he bought it. He bought it almost new back then, but now obviously we're in 2020. But yeah, his truck has served him well. He's kept up with literally everything on it. So yeah, this would probably be the truck that I would most likely buy if I were to buy another one. So yeah, moving on. Mercade said, I wonder what cool paint job you'll paint the Freight Shaker. That I don't know. I think I may just keep it white. Maybe down the road paint the frame, you know, a cool color or something like that, once I start getting all the custom stuff. But it is coming. Someone asked, Johnny Butts asks, are all trucks manual? Most of the older trucks are manual. Once we get into the newer generations, I mean, they did make automatics, but they weren't popular back in the day. But now that we're coming into 2020, they're highly being popular in all mega carriers. So also, for anybody that was asking about my little smart car, there it is. It is an 08 smart car. Car has about 100,000 miles on it. Thing gets me from point A to point B, and it gets the job done. For anyone wondering what it looks like inside, there you go. I have to clean it up, and there's my truck for anyone else that doesn't know what it looks like. I probably will be replacing the cylinders with the spikes. A lot of you guys requested that on that other video that I made, and so yeah, so that's probably going to be the end of this video. If you guys have any other questions that you would like to ask me, you can email me. I'm going to link it down below. You can find me on Instagram, Find me on Facebook, Snapchat, whatever the case may be. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask in the comments down below. I normally try to respond to everybody's comments. So yeah, I want to thank you guys for hitting 2K subs. I didn't make a 1K video, like in saying thank you, but I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart to everybody that has subscribed. I appreciate it greatly. You have no idea how much that means to me. I'm gonna keep making these videos. I'm gonna try to make more POV videos because it seems like that's what you guys enjoy. So yeah, hit that sub button for me, and I will see you guys on the next video. Peace out.